afternoon, everybody. How are you? My name's Iris Smith and welcome to the Flower Patch, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome, guys. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and thank you so much for your wonderful comments. Before I get started, I'd just like to say I did receive a bit of a negative comment yesterday as I was looking through my messages from somebody. I won't mention names, I'm not that way inclined, stating that I do too much talking, so she's just going to move on. So, and a dear friend of mine supported me and replied to the lady. I didn't reply. I don't reply because I don't waste, my energy on negativity. So, but I really appreciate my lovely friend for replying to the person. So I'd just like to say we're all going to get negative comments at some point. And because I don't like to live my life around negativity, I just remove them from the site so they can no longer watch any of my videos, which I have done. I don't, as we say over here, I don't beat about the bush. I just think I'm not having this, so I just immediately remove it, which I have. So the woman can no longer watch any of my tutorials. It's not that I'm being, nasty. I understand some people would just want me to, get on with it or anything like that. But I'm not going to explain myself to negative people. At the end of the day, I like to explain myself and what I am doing and why I am doing it. For all you wonderful people who watch my videos who may be just starting out or, or also in the advanced stages of designing, I just like to explain, because not everybody can go to a university like I did and pay, to have it be professionally taught. So I like to give off all my experience and knowledge and explain about placement, contrast, lines, textures, etc., etc., for all you wonderful people who, again, are starting out or who cannot afford to be professionally trained. So, and again, I do that out of the kindness of my heart to just save all you lovely people from having to, with the economy being so expensive, having to, pay out finances to be professionally trained. And that is the reason why I talk a lot. So, again, if the person who doesn't like it when I talk, the easy thing is, I always say, well, why are you watching? If you, the video, if you just don't like to hear me chat. So again, I don't like negativity. I don't accept negativity. So if any person who's never watched my videos before and all of a sudden has come across my site on YouTube, wishes to place a negative comment, I wouldn't waste your breath, because as soon as it comes up and I read it, it gets blocked immediately. So again, I don't beat about the bush. So I just thought I'd inform you of that, guys, because I think it's the third or fourth time I've had a negativity. And again, my friend supported me on all the other occasions as well. So thank you to Susan, a wonderful lady who lives in the UK. So anyway, let's get back to a positive start. So today I had a private message, I think about 3 days ago, asking if I could just do a spruce wreath in the traditional colours. They would like to see reds and greens and maybe a little bit of gold, not much, and some maybe pine cones or lotus pods, things like that, and berries, obviously. So that's what we're going to do today. we're going to do a traditional one. So I've only got out a small 12-inch spruce. I have, or evergreen, some people know them. I have tried to fluff it up as much as possible. It's only tiny. When it's fluffed up though, it does come up to around, just over around 15 inches. But it has only got one single metal ring around the back, I think. Let's have a look. Oh no, it's got two. Oh, I should have known it had got two. It's got two. So I've got those on. I fluffed it up as much as possible, but all this spruce will get hidden because of what I've got out. So if I just place that there, and we're going to go through what we've got right now. When you heard me talk about I buy garlands with the foliage and things like that, because you get more on them, I have got a Norfolk pine garland which has been flocked. I haven't used it yet, so I've got it here, and I say that you get lots more stems on them than buying just a single, bunch of them. So they're all flocked. It is 6 foot long, 1.8 meters. So I am going to be chopping some of those off and maybe placing those in. So I've left it as it is. So if because I've mentioned it a lot, that's what I do. I thought I could show you, or the new beginners, how I do it on taking things off a garland. So that's that one. I've cut off, I left the stems out, but then I thought, oh, I may as well just cut them off. So I've cut off some mountain pine, only small ones, off of the stems that I buy. And so I've taken the smaller ones off. They are from the bottom of the stem just to the tip here, 6 inch, including the stem part as well. So I've got out, I think I took 9 off, so we've got 9 of those. Now some of these I may not use because I couldn't make my mind up if I wanted them in or not. But I've got a bag, again, they're all in the bag, of some flocked pine needles, some small ones. These are only from, again, the tip to the bottom, 6 inch. And they are just some lovely little flocked pine needles as well. And they only come on this length stem as well. So we've got those. Now I've also got in this here, I've got some cypress leaves that are also flocked as well. Again, I may use these, who knows, we're going to see as we go along. I have got out some more pine needles. It's a lot of pine today, and they've flocked, and they've got little cones on them as well. So I've got out, how many did I get of these? 1, 2, 8. I would have got 9, but I know what I want to do with the 8. So there's those. I've got out, I did grab 6, and I didn't put 1 back, but I've got 6 of our little cones, pine cones, on a stem, 3 on a stem. So we've got some of those to place in. I've also got my lotus heads. I've got 7 out, and I've placed picks on those before we started. So we've got those, and we may incorporate those as well. Now, I've only got 3 of these left, but they've got like I don't know if it's supposed to be a pomegranate or a big rose hip, because I'm only going by the rose hip, by what's in the centre. They're not an apple, but we've got those. So I thought I could, the last 3 of them, I could incorporate those into it as well. I have got some rose hip. I've placed some on picks to go on the inside, and I've left the ones with the leaves to maybe go around the outside. I've just seen where one of the balls have come off, so I'll cut that little bit off. But at the same time, I've also got out, I don't know why I got two, but stems of my red berries as well, in case I want to use these also. I don't know, sometimes they're not very secure, some of the berries, but don't worry, you can glue them back on. So we've got those in case I don't want to use the rosehip, or I want to do, you know, a combination of them both. Now I'm only using one floral. I've got some red velvet poinsettias out, just plain, because I didn't want to go too jazzy, as I say, or over the top. I just want to try and keep it as traditional as possible. But we've got those, they come in just a pack of 4, so I'll probably only use 3 of them. So we've got those as well. And finally, for a bit of gold, I have this swirly grass. It's a very long stem, but I've got these where you can actually pull them off and place them on picks, or keep them as, you know, chop them in half or thirds and use those. So I thought I could incorporate just some of this as gold only, with it being wispy and very airy. Again, the lady said not too much gold, so we're just going to add a little touch of it. So that is what we've got today. I've done a bow. Oops, daisy, my things are falling. I've done a bow where it's red and green. I've got the red deluxe ribbon with the silk in the center and the glittered edging, and then I have this green and red and gold one what says joy on it. So I've got those also, and I've only done 2 loops of the green, 2 loops of the red, and well, 3 loops, a smaller one in the center. So the red is 6 inch, the green is 6.5, and this one in the center is 5. And I've just got 4 tail ends at the bottom. I haven't got any at the top. So that's what I've got to use for our project today. So it's all everywhere. So let's just grab the wreath, bring it back, and I'm going to bring down our camera and we're going to get started, guys. So one moment. So let's bring it in like so. Oh, my ribbon arrived just about 10 minutes ago. I've ordered some ribbon. I'll show you before we start. I've got some more ribbon on order as well, some 5/8. Now I've got this black and white one. They're all RG ribbon with the ice boots on and like a film strip along the side and some snowflakes. I've also got, this is beautiful. This, I don't know, let me open them. This is a black, gold and like red glitter to make it look like they are diamantes as well. So we've got that one. I have got a black and gold as well in the 7/8, and it's like twiggy effects in it. I don't know if you can see, but I've got that in black and gold, and I've also got it in cream and gold as well. And then I've also got it in gold and pink. Isn't that pretty? And then I've got this checkerboard one in the 1.5 inch, in the pink and the white glitter. That could be used all year round, this, you know, and I guess so could the others, apart from the skates. And you could even use that all year round as well. And then I've got this one, what's called non-woven ribbon as well. It's I haven't looked at this. I just liked the pattern. I think it's see-through. Yeah. It's see-through, but again, this can be used all year round. And I just loved the pattern on it. And it's like a tracing paper effect as well. So you can see through that, but I don't mind because that's the reason I purchased it. So they're the ribbons that I've got, what came about 10 minutes ago. I've still got about another 7 ribbons to arrive, what haven't come with this order. So, but don't worry, and I will be shopping for some more ribbons Friday. So let's get started. Right, now before we start, I was wanting to place, I don't know whether the bow to place it here. I don't want it at the bottom because with me having the long tail ends, I wanted them to go in, you know, hang down in the center like that. So that's where we're going to place our bow. Let's see. First of all, I want to place in these around the edge just to bulk it up a bit and give it a bit more volume and fullness around the edge of the spruce wreath. I've got some smaller ones and some bigger ones. I want the bigger ones on the top. Let's have a look. There. And the smaller ones on the bottom. I say on the top, basically, you know, sitting more here because I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and the smaller ones in between, but on the bottom. So, just going to see, let's have a look, let's just place that. So I'm going to want that one maybe around here. So you can either use your spruce to wrap around and then, you know, or just leave it as it is and place a bit of glue. I'll put some glue on. And I'm going to attach it to the wire frame when I glue it in. And I'm just bending the stem a little bit so it doesn't stick out and I get it on the frame. And I'm just going to wrap this spruce around it, not all the way, just some of the way. And I'll just wrap this one around. Probably I go twice, but I take the spruce right to the bottom of the stem. I don't have it halfway up. So I'm going to the bottom of the stem and wrapping it around there. So, and then the smaller ones I want on the bottom here. So we'll go right here again, heading for the wire frame. And just want to make sure it's not sticky. It's sticking out a little bit, so let's do it again. And then that one is on the bottom. And the reason that I'm doing these on the bottom and some higher up is so then when we place some elements in, you will be able to see them. I think that's the great thing about the spruce wreath, because you can place things in and wrap spruce around it just to hold it in place for a little bit extra support. I don't mind this spruce getting flattened because we are going to be covering it. So we've now got in our spruce with the little pine needles or pine cones in as well. So I'm wanting to place some of these in also. Oh, let me take the plastic off. So we'll glue those in between all of the pine. And especially if I'm using spruce and it's going outside, I do like to wrap them around the spruce because it, you know, if it's a windy day, it's giving it that little bit extra support as well. I do know of people who've all had spruce and some of the elements, not from myself, some of the elements have come out and the glue's not really held it. Some people swear by using Gorilla Glue. I don't use Gorilla Glue. It's fabulous stuff, but it is quite expensive. I don't know about anywhere else, but here, the amount I use, it is a lot. So I buy this glue that I get, what you can use on glass. So if it can hold glass in, then it can hold, you know, it's supposed to be, you know, quite good, which it is. And I get it off Amazon, but it holds glass, ceramics, wood, metal, foam. It also states floral foam on that it can be used with. So I tried it quite a while back and it's fabulous. You only get a small they're only small pieces, you know, I think about 4-inch long, the glue sticks. They're only mini glue sticks, but from Amazon, I think they're about between 10 and 12 English pounds. So just, I'm always, you know, placing it on the wire. As we go further along, you can start to glue your stems on to some other stems that you have in there as well. Oh my gosh, they don't seem to have a lot of flop. Oh, let's get one here. Let me just clip that a little bit. So we've got those now all the way around. So I won't use any more of those, I don't think. So that is, as you can see, we are creating our boundary, our line, and the, you know, the width of how wide we want our wreath to be. Now I do with the garland, let's move those over there. Now the garland, oh gosh, I always start at the bottom and work my way up. I don't know why, but they are on a wired stem. I wonder if I could just pull them out. Yeah. So I want to bring some of these in as well, and maybe some on the outer side. I love Norfolk pine. So we're going to place, where we see this one flocked here and the little ones here, I'm going to place them above the smaller ones to start with. And I'm going to have them not pointing too far out. I'm just going to have them bending like that. So I just pull them off of the garland because it's on paperback as well, so with quite a thick wire in the centre. So small. So as you can see, let me just, oh, it's so long. It's on this paperback. All I do is get one of the stems and pull it off, and it comes with its own little stem on it. So then it's ready to use straight away. You haven't got to add on a pick or anything like that. Oh, talking of picks, I had a lovely gentleman, Bruce, asked me where I got my pick machine from, or name a good brand or a manufacturer. I haven't actually got one. I've sent you a message back, my lovely. I haven't actually got a pick machine myself. I would love one. We can't in the UK. We can't get all, you know, they don't make them over here, which is a shame, really. So if we want to order one, we have to basically order one, you know, from America, where the shipping costs for it are, oh my goodness, over the top. But you have to pay for the size of the parcel that's going to be sent to us from America over here, and also they charge for the weight of the parcel as well. So with it, pick machine being really, really heavy, it would cost a lot of money. It really would. Right, I'm going to hold back with those for now. I'm wanting to place in our little mountain pine, so I'm going to just place in these again to help fluff up the spruce wreath as well. Give it a bit more volume. I could have used the longer ones, but I thought let's just stick to the smaller ones, because I know some people will find it hard to get the longer ones at the moment. So am I. I've tried looking, and they're just seem to be doing them in the 3-inch or the 11-inch. So, which I want the 7-inch. I can't seem to find any at 7-inch long anymore. Right, I've done 4 on top, so then I'm going to go in between around here with the others around the outer side. Oops, the blue string. We'll bring those there. I've got one left, but I'll place that aside. And then we've got our little ones. I've just grabbed a few and placed them in a bag, where I'm going to want to place these in and around the wreath as well. Bring some of that flocked look on smaller stems. And towards the center. I will, I think, maybe bring some in here as well. I'm going to cut this stem a little shorter. Just bring the odd one in there also. place one here as well. And I'm bringing these in because we've got flocked around the outside and these Norfolk pines. So I want to bring some in closer to the centre so it all flows together. Like so. So we have that at the moment. Let me just see if anything's popped through. Just cut that one a little bit. It's hard to actually see, so it's best to just give it a quick feel, because you don't want it scratching on anybody's door. I don't know if I've just cut the wire off that frame then. Oh gosh. I've got a little one. I'm going to cut that down a little bit. I don't know if that's one, but we'll try. Oops. Maybe there. So that's our, at the moment. If I'm going to place any more of these in, I would probably place just some more, maybe opposite it, you know, the ones on the top. Just fill it up a little bit. I may only just need 3. Let's have a look. 3 or 4. Let's try those. I can't remember where I placed them. On there. We'll just add them in. You could use as well, if you want, ivy, holly. Add those in also. I'm gluing these to the stems of the pine. Or whatever stems may be there as I'm doing it. They're being glued onto those. I don't know, is that in? Yeah. So I'll place those down here as well. So let's now just place in our bow. I have placed a cable tie on the back because so I can attach it around the frame. Again, with it being outside, I want to just have a bit more security. Or you could, if you want, use a spruce and wrap your bow around the spruce as well. So let's just... because it's got 2... going to just come through. Oops. Oh, I've just pulled it out. Oh my goodness. I hope I can get it back in. dear. Oh, oh, it's done it. Oh, dearie me. Right, if that's the case, let's just get it on. Cut off the excess. And as you can see, I've gone green, red, then green tail end, then red tail end, then green, then red at the end. So then the green ribbon comes after the red tail end, and then the red again. So that's how the bow sits. Let's have a look. Oh, isn't that pretty? So let's bring everything else up here. One, two, three. I wanted these where I was going to place one at the top above the bow, then one around, I'd say, let's see, probably 8 o'clock time, and then one around 4 o'clock. So you've got that triangle position or placement with the stems. So let's just get these in, place a bit more glue on. Show that little rose hip there. I'm cutting the stems short, I don't want them as long. Oh, I've wiped all the glue off there, guys. And then one around here. And just because they're quite heavy, these, add in a bit of spruce around them just to keep them supported. So we have those in. Now our pine cones, our small ones, I'd like these to come out because they're on a longer stem. So I'd like these to come out to the side. And then I think with our lotus pods, I'd bring these on the inside. So let's just cut some of this stem off as well. So how many did I say I've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Right. So I'm going to go, oops. I'm going to have one under here to start with. At the top. Gosh, my glue is very stringy. And I'd like one to be seen around here as well. That's not really sitting very good. Let's place a spruce around it. And incorporate some of the wreath through. And we'll bring one around here. As well. I've got two left. Bring one there. I may not need to use them all. I could, if I wanted, to hang one underneath the bow as well, coming down into the centre. Lift that a little bit. And again, I've got one left, so I've placed 5 around. I could bring this one coming either, or I could actually incorporate it within the bow. We'll have a look and see which is the better. Quite like that. Yeah, I like that, how it hangs down. So let's go underneath the bow and attach it. So at least then we've used them all. So there's our cones added in. I'm wanting to add in, before we carry on, our poinsettias. Now I only want 3, so I'm thinking if I can get them out. I don't know why they come in a pack of 4. So if I can just open them up. I love velvet poinsettias. So then I want one there. I'm just going to place them where I'd like them to be. One there and then one at the bottom, because we've got our bow at the top. So I want to use something at the bottom as well. opposite our bow. Oh, I think my husband is home from work. So I want it like that again, in that triangular position. So let's put that one away as well. I did make some loops as well, just in case, where they have the joy on. I forgot to mention this, I've just spotted them. In case I wanted to add these at the bottom somewhere. So I have made 2 sets of those, just in case. Excuse me. So we're going to place this one around here. I'm going to cut the stem. I don't want it as long. So we'll place this, and I'm going to use a spruce again to wrap around, just to give it that support. I want it to, maybe that's a bit too high. So one there. Let's cut this. One at the bottom, opposite the bow. I don't want it sticking, you know, too far up. And then one around here. So then we'll place this one in as well. Again, I'll use a bit of spruce. So then we have it. Oh my gosh, sorry about that noise, guys. I don't know what it is. So then we have our poinsettias now fixed in. I'm ever so sorry, guys. I didn't know that noise was going to happen. One moment. Let me see if I can get the noise down a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. I can't do nothing about the noise. We've got a cul-de-sac, and a company who planted flowers there have come to trim all the dead flowers now and remove them. So I haven't asked them if they can do anything about the noise, because I know they can't. Right. So now we've got our poinsettias in. I'm going to place in a few of these lotus pods, and I'm going to place one like that, and bring some on the inner side. And pop it in there. And I'm placing them where the poinsettias are. Just bringing those there, and then the others that I have, I will place one again on the outer side, so you can see them on the outside as well. And so that's just if you're looking from, as you approach the door and you see them. I'm placing a bit of the spruce around these as well, again because they are light, and if it is quite windy, I don't want the wind to take them off. I mean, they shouldn't, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Because I always say you can never say never. And final one. Bring in around here. So we've got that down there. So that's what we've got at the moment. Isn't that pretty? Now, let me just... I've got these gold grasses. I don't want them as a big cluster like that. So I'm just going to see if I add the two together of the swirly grass. Bring some on the outer side. So I'm going to place them. I'll take the ones off that I've got three, because I can place those on picks and bring those in the centre. So we'll bring them on the underside of everything. So we're just going to place them underneath, just to give that bit of gold. I may place a few more. I'd like one under the poinsettia. Again, I'm just going to pop them there just to see how it looks. I may place them. I'm going to use a full stem, so we may have to. Oops, a daisy. That's two there. Put one underneath at the top. And let's have a look around here. That one's there, and then place one here. Bring that one down a little bit further. So I'm going to bring those around like that and have those bits of gold, and then with the smaller ones I will pop these in on the top like that. But we'll do that once we place these in. So there's one. Oh, I'm so sorry about the noise. There's two. I was actually talking to my neighbour when we took Benji and her dog a walk, wondering when there was going to come and, or my neighbour was talking about wondering when there was going to come and cut the flowers that have all finished flowering from the summer and autumn. We wasn't sure if they were, but they're here. I'm sticking these as well onto other stems. I'm not placing them around any spruce. So that is those all around the edge, that wispy. Oops, I haven't done that one. There we go. So 1, 2, I've got 5 single ones here, which I will place on picks. I can get them. And one more. There we go. So I'm just going to cut these down a little. I don't want the stems that long. We will place in these 5 at the top. Now, I may bring one in there as well. I think that would look quite nice. You know how we've got the cones hanging down in the centre. Bring some of that gold as well. Oops, wrong side. I think that stem's a little bit too long. bend it a little. Just to add in a little different bit of texture. Along the way, just to give it that lovely Christmas vibe. And the last one we'll bring up here. So I've placed them in a position where there's 4 around the top and 1 going down in the center. So there is that so far. Just want to look where the like so. Right, our rose hips. I don't think I'm going to place any of the berries in. Again, I've got some with the leaves on that I want to bring around the side, and then I've placed some on single picks without the leaves. I've taken the leaves off to place on the top area as well. So let's do the top ones first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the top, and I've only got 3 for the outer side. I wanted to use, I didn't want to overload it with, you know, lots and lots of berries. So let's cut these down as well. So these ones are for the top. So we'll place 1 directly here. And bring those up there. I definitely want 1 in here. Sit that upright a little bit. So I'm going to bring that within there. You may not really see it. And then the other 3. So let's see. Do do I bring the rose hips or do I have the berries on the outer side? Let's have a look. I may need some berries actually. These are very twiggy. I could use the berries instead of the rose hips on the outer side. Now I'm going to cut these down first because they are quite long stems and I don't really need them that long. I just place these in as well. One, could cut that one down to about there. Two. Oops, daisy. One there, three. Some haven't got, they're quite twiggy, so these single ones, what I've got left where I've just cut, I can pull one off. Let's have a look. If I can stick it on anything, what's going to be solid enough. That's a bit too long there. No, I can't. But I can save those and add those in. Four. That one there. One, two, three, and then one here. So we've got 5 around the edge as well. And the ones where I've got the little boards, or you know, where I've had the single ones, if I feel, you know, I could just dot some in and just glue some in or attach it to somewhere else around the edge. Oops. As well. So let's get these longer ones in around the edge. Bring a bit of colour on the outer side in red as well. I'm going to go under and just place it in. Again, gluing it to other stems now because it's full enough. Place these on picks. So if we use all of them and then we haven't got any scraps of them hanging around. So I'll just cut about 1 inch off the stem, because I've got 3. I may place 1 here, 1 on that side, and maybe 1 at the top, just so we can use them. Oops. One there. We'll save that stem. Now again, I've got these last 2 pieces that I've done of the bow. Now, because there's a bit of a gap here where the tail end is, and there's not really much going off, you know, in there, so I could place 1 here, and then also the same here, there's a gap there, and I could place 1 in there as well. I think, let me just see what it's like if I rolled these up just a little. Just give them a little bit of a bend on the tips. Let's see, I don't know. I don't really want it to be too much ribbon, which I think that looks a bit too much. So if I keep those out, I need something here and here. So we've got those. Let's have a look what we use. See if one of these would, I think one of, you know, a couple of those maybe. Just to cover these instead of the ribbon, to have those in. And because there's only 2, I'd have to bring 1 probably up here, even though it's not really needed. It's just to balance it out. I think, let's see. Or do I bring, let's have a look. Do I bring another of those there instead? 1. They're bigger. Place that in and then add that with it to cover that small gap. What's under here, even though the ribbon can lean over it, at least then I know it's being covered. Do I need those in? I could put them in but make them smaller. You know, by just pulling off some of the leaves at the bottom. Just so they're a little bit smaller than what the others are. I'm going to just fluff it out a little. So I'm going to place these in and have them more as depth, so they're not seen as much, and then place in the bigger pods. As well. Just under there to hide a bit of that gap. Do the same with this one, shorten this one a little. I don't really need it, but it will play on my mind if I haven't got them balanced out. So we'll just place that there. Now, if you want to add something in with the ribbon, you could place something like this in as well. Something just smaller. So let me just hold it and have a look from above. Yeah, that's pretty. Again, even if you get some snowy flocked foliage, you can again place on self-adhesive glue spray or hairspray, just to stop all of that snow coming off, just like you do if you had glitter. So I don't know really what to do for this. I don't want to cover the joy up because it spells the word joy, so I may just have those hanging down. If you want, you could bend them over as well. Just pop the tail end piece in to make it look like it's a loop so it doesn't hang. And you could just pop that in like so. And have it like that. So let's just get it up on the easel. I don't need any of those. I like my wreaths quite full. I do like to see them with not so much as lots of different elements in, but chunky. I like them chunky. I know some people who just like them very slimline, but I like to see them personally for myself chunky. Right, I'm going to place in this garland in its bag. If I can. You can never get things back in the same way. I do have one of these spruces left. I'm wondering if I could. Yeah, we'll bring that there. Saves me just having one left. And we'll just glue it in as well. So that's our lovely traditional coloured Christmas wreath, where you can have lots of fun placing them in and experimenting with different textures. I do have some cinnamon sticks what I was using for someone. You could also add those in. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 7. That's good. I could just pop those cinnamon sticks in again to give a little bit. And I don't know if you've some people who wonder how to place them in. There's couple of ways. I can just get a wire. You can place your wire through one of these holes here, pop it through to the end there and turn it over there and just pop a bit of glue on, and then you have a pick. Or you can bring it all the way, the wire down the center line here, twist at the bottom so it holds in together, or you can place it at the top, just get a little bit, pop it over. If I just pull it this end, pop it over the cinnamon stick like so, and then glue it and I would get my glue gun, but then get a bit of glue just on the top to cover that wire, to hold the wire in place. And then you have a pick again, or you could get, if you feel your wire's not strong enough, one of these, put a bit of glue on, pop it in with the wire, and then just wrap a bit of the wire around the stem at the top, and then get your snips, cut the wire off, and you have a stronger pick for it to stay in place. So I could, while I'm here, use these up. I used these for a customer. It's what I had left from them. I've not got just those left. So again, pop it over the top, bring a little bit, hook it over like a U-bend, get your glue on top of the wire. I can just get it off my fingers. Then get a thicker pick, place it where the wire's coming out, and wrap a bit of the wire around the pick. And just make sure it's down flat so it doesn't catch anybody's hand. And once that glue is set, you can cut a bit of this off as well. I do that and cut it shorter then at the top and push that down because it is now secure, so you don't really need this little excess bit of wire hanging down. I'll get that tape. This again, there's several ways, but whichever you feel is the most secure, or comfortable for yourself as well, that you prefer to do. There's just a few little hints or tips on how you can attach them. It can be a little time consuming, but it does look fabulous when it's done. You could add orange slices in as well for that festive look, or some apples. Again, maybe some glittered apples, or just plain natural looking ones. Let me just place these 4 in, because I know it can get a bit boring. We'll just so you've got your cinnamon sticks. You could group some together, have like a group of 3 of them. I do suggest, though, don't always place your cinnamon sticks in the same direction. I've got this one coming out. I have bent that one over slightly. This one would probably go another direction. As well. Sorry guys, this was just a last minute thing. I may as well use them up. Get the glue off my fingers. Also, you could have some coming facing slightly this way as well. Again, alternate the placement of them. Let's have a look. I'm going to just, oh no, I may as well use them all because I don't want to just have two. I don't think it really matters because I've still got a box full. There's some glue that's seeped out and I'm wrapping this wire around the glue that's seeped out. So then the glue is also holding in the wire that I'm wrapping it around. Oops, I haven't put that bit up. I want another wire. Let's just grab one. Right, so there, the other two. Place one. If I can get it in. Yeah. I'm going to just place one under here as well. So we have now finished, and that is our, as I said, our beautiful traditional coloured Christmas wreath. A nice and full one, but would sit beautiful on your door, or even if you wanted it inside as well, on a door on the inside. And doesn't that look really full and quite chunky on a 30cm wreath? You can obviously do them much bigger. So I'll just get that out. I'll just place it on the easel. Oops, I caught myself. Let's just see if it's straight. I can't see. Right, I think the bottom poinsettia needs just either bending slightly, because it's just too, it's slightly going off that way, so it needs to come across probably directly under here. So if I manipulate it, better. I still feel it's a little bit slightly off. I don't know if you can, you probably can't see what I'm doing. Can you see it's just slightly going off that way? So I'm going to take it off. If I can. There we go. And I'm going to then reposition it in the correct place that I'd like it to be, which would be, you follow your bow down, which would be here. So I'll just, excuse my head guys, get some more glue on it. Move the cinnamon stick, move the ribbon. And I'm going to go under here. That's better. Much, much better. And we'll tuck that, let's get it right on there. Again, you could cut them if you wish. You don't have to have the long tail ends. I don't know whether I like them tucked under. Oh my goodness me. And I do feel something's needed there. I know this is the centre point of the bow. But let's have a look. I do sometimes, if I don't like the look of things, I'll have a play with that, guys. I will have a play with it. But let's just get this red loop up as well. So, again, just play around, have fun with it, make sure it's how you like it. If not, you know, like you just see, take it back out, reposition it, and everything should be fine. So that is really quite full. I can see I'd probably have to bring that up there. I'm just standing back and having a good look. So now I feel that this poinsettia isn't directly opposite. This one is slightly higher, so I'm going to bend it. Bend it to come down. It's in the right position or place. It just needs to be lowered a little. That's much better. Right. Well, let's see if you... Yeah. So, that is our lovely traditional Christmas wreath. If you don't, you know, you do like your traditional colours, you could just carry on putting more poinsettias in, you know, add more berries instead of adding some of the things I've added in. If you don't want a bow, then you can, you know, place in another poinsettia if you wish, or have 5 and spread them out, you know, where they're balanced. And like the lady said, with a little bit of gold, I've added a little bit of gold on the outside, but I've brought some on the inside as well. I don't just want to see it around the outside where I've created a circle of gold. So to balance it out, bring it, you know, little pieces, just, you know, oddments into the center, so it looks like it's coming from not just the back but also at the front as well. And your berries, I mean, I've got rose hips in here as well as the berries. If you don't have rose hips, just use berries. You could even put pomegranates in as well, they would look pretty. And then I've added in the pine cones, but only the smaller ones. I've not added in the large ones. I do have large ones. I mean, I've got some loose in my bag, but here's a full bag of large pine cones. So I do have them. I was going to think about just doing like a berry and a Norfolk pine Christmas wreath as well. I was thinking of that. But again, I do like them full, and I do like them looking quite chunky. And to say it's only on a 30 centimetre wreath, which is 12 inch, it's now become, you're looking from 12 inch down up to around 22 inches. So I've added on 10 inches from the actual size of the wreath base. So again, you can make things look beautiful and bigger, you know, just by creating your boundary and looking, you know, and deciding on how wide. When I say boundary, I mean how wide you want your longest or your furthest foliage, you know, to come out from the sides. And once you've decided that, then you fill in. Hence the reason I do the foliage on the bottom first, because I'm creating my boundary, or my the linear, as they call it, the line or the structure of the wreath, and then I work from the outside inwards. Again, there's nothing stopping you from adding bits on the outside after you've, you know, started filling it, putting things in, like I did with the berries, because I've already got my shape, my size and structure of the wreath by placing in these pines at the beginning, and the ferns, or should I say the cypress leaves. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I hope I know quite a few people do like the traditional look, especially around here. So I hope you like that, and give it a go if you've not done it already, and have fun with it and enjoy every moment, because the traditional colours are beautiful. They really are. Very warming, especially on a cold day where it's snowing and you've got an open fire burning away, and you've got this above the fire on the wall, above on the mantle. Maybe you could want to put some nice soft lights in as well. Add those in as well. So sitting with a glass of whiskey or port in an open fire, with a mince pie. See, all these dreamy things come to mind. With a mince pie, with no TV on, maybe have a book or something and just enjoy it. What a lovely thought. What a lovely thought. So have a wonderful day, guys. Please subscribe, share and like. Again, bring people along, you know, get them to share my videos to other people, and to come and enjoy and see what different elements I use. Even like the traditional one, I've added in, you know, gold spiky grass, things like that. Not just 100% traditional with, you know, where it's just green and red. You know, the lady asked for a bit of gold. So you know, and just, the world's your oyster when you create something. You know, everybody's got a different idea or different view on what they think traditional should look like. But that's the great thing, because not everybody's the same. We're all different and unique. So again, bring them along, press that notification button, and it will tell you when I next do a video and it's uploaded to YouTube for you to sit and watch at your own leisure. So I won't be here tomorrow, guys. It's again my busy day, and I won't be here Mondays from now on, because I've got my new business, I've got to still look for things for Valentine's Day, foliage for Valentine's Day and pics. So I've got that to do. So have a wonderful weekend and take care of yourselves wherever you are. Good health, and I'll see you next week. And I love you all, and keep your comments coming. Bye for now, guys. Bye-bye. Right, let's go closer so you can see the lovely fullness of it. The camera never does it justice, I don't think. To be there in person gives it that lovely, you know, better look. Doesn't it look chunky if you look around? It's lovely. So, there's our beautiful poinsettias with our rose hip. There's our lovely bow, what says joy on it with the berries. We've got our lotus pods, our flocked cypress leaves, our wispy curly grass in gold metallic. We've got our Norfolk pine, which is flocked. I think it's gone a bit fuzzy again. Oh, no, it's... Let me just try the thing. So, yeah, our Norfolk pine, which is flocked. We've got our little pine cones. We've got these picks where they've got a rose hip on and a bit of flocked foliage. We've got our small pine needles here, what are flocked as well. Again, our rose hips, the berries, and there's a Norfolk pine. Our cinnamon sticks as well. What else did we place in? Oh, and our pine under here, the little pines with the, as you can see, the little baby cones starting to grow, as we would say. And then obviously the lovely red bow as well there. So I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, I forgot the mountain pine. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I hope you give it a go. Have fun and have a wonderful weekend. Bye for now. Bye-bye.